Hello, Brian. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, and I've been in school for a while. 6 weeks, maybe? Over a month. It's less crazy than it was, I live here. I miss home, but it's not quite home anymore, if that makes sense. I'm sure you understand. Like, this is home. That's where my parents live now. And that's weird. So this video should be a lot better than my last one because on my last one I was really tired, and today I am hyper, which is good. Very good. Okay. I hope you're doing well. Some of the things you said, you named your tiger, very good. Surprised you used one of my names because I really don't think I'm that good at naming things, but okay. Reading a Song of Ice and Fire, Feast for Crows is utter shit. It's so hard to get through because, as you were kind of hitting on, the way you get through the books, the way you get through the boring but important chapters is knowing that there's like a Jon Snow chapter afterwards, or a Daenerys, or, Robb, or, a main character, Tyrion, the way you get through there, the boring chapters, is knowing that there's an interesting one afterwards. And A Feast for Crows is all boring, so it's hard to get through. It's really tough. I read the whole thing, but I don't know if I got all of it. I had to, sometimes I realize that I missed stuff because I hated that book, but yeah. So I'm not writing a paper right now, a 5-page paper that's due tomorrow. I'm not doing that, but I will be after this, which sucks. Cool, yeah, that's what you did in your last video. Very cool. City looks cool. My city is not as much of a city as yours, although we do have just as much, if more crime. Sirens all the time. It's cool. And we jaywalk more. I don't think I've crossed the street in a crosswalk the entire time, but there's less cars. Really, it's like a busy suburb. The whole damn thing, except for downtown, looks kind of like Marlboro. So there's that. Anyways, or more like Lowell. But yeah, Massachusetts. Okay, so you asked me to talk about in this video an ideal living situation, and unfortunately, you said on Earth, which is a damn shame because I had all sorts of cool things planned. But I'm gonna go realist with you. I'd like to live in a house, not an apartment. Even though ideally getting a job would be much easier in the city, I'd really like to have a house with a yard because I want to have a lot of animals. I guess with my area of study, it might be possible. I mean, if I wanted to be a professor, I'd have to live in a city pretty much. Although there are some country colleges. But if I was doing field work, or if I wasn't, if I was just off, yeah, field work is weird. All of it's kind of weird. I mean, game wardens live in the middle of nowhere. So anyways, yeah, so I'll be realist with this. I'd like to have a house, because I'd like to have a lot of animals. I want to have a lot of dogs. 3 minimum. Probably more like 4. 4 or 5 is a good number of dogs. Lots of different dogs. I like big dogs, though, so they'll probably almost all be big. Although I'll probably have a corgi. I really want to get a corgi, my junior or senior year here, because I'll have a house with my friends, and I'll have a corgi, and it'll be sweet. Or a French bulldog, or a regular bulldog, a little dog. But that would be sweet. But anyways, house. State-wise, don't know. I have no idea. I like temperate climates, so, the same longitude as I am, more or less, right now. If I was out west, it would be Colorado or Washington, although Washington rains a lot. Arizona, maybe. Arizona's probably not at this, no, it's definitely not at this longitude, but one of those states with really cool scenery and shit. Anyways, I want a house. Kind of weird, I only came upon this recently, but it would be really cool to live in the middle of nowhere and have horses. I've never really gotten to know horses, and the only ones I've ever met were assholes, but big draft horses are really cool. I'd like to have a really big horse with a really cool name and ride him around. That'd be fucking sweet. I have no preferences with the stuff I have. I'm not huge on stuff. I like video games, and they're expensive, so that's most of the stuff that I own. I don't give a shit about cars. I just want something with good fuel, with good like mileage, something with a good fuel rating. Because gas is gonna get expensive. Hell, I want like a carbon powered car or solar powered car. Hopefully, I won't have to have a gas car by the time I'm having a house. I would want this house to be like totally like energy independent, like solar panels and wind and maybe water, and I mean maybe get a little bit from the grid, but not a lot. Geothermal and all that shit. I mean, there's a lot, but there's a lot of stuff you can do. Composting toilets, efficient bulbs. Hell, maybe bioluminescent bulbs. Those don't exist yet, but they should. Just get some bacteria. Just get some bacteria that glow and inject them with a firefly's glow in the dark gene, and which you can do, by the way. You can do it with a lot of different insects and simple organisms. You can inject them with the glow in the dark gene. They do it bioluminescent gene, and then just like put them in a glass container, like a shit ton of them, or glow in the dark algae or something. That'd be sweet. And then you just feed them, and you have lights. That'd be fucking amazing. But we're not there yet. Hopefully we will be. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Who I'd live with? Oh, I mean, then we're talking about criteria for a wife. I would like to get married at some point. That's seems to be the route. I'm a big commitment guy, so that's probably the route I'll take. I don't want to get into my criteria for women because it's just sad how picky I am. So, but you know, it would be nice to have a wife and maybe some kids. I only want like one or two. If I got a boy the first time, I think I would just keep it and be done. Just raise that one, make that one good. Maybe two. Actually, if I got a boy the first time, I think I'd try again, because worst comes to worst, I have a boy and a girl. If I got a girl the first time, I'd have to try again and get a boy. And if I got two girls, well shit, that would suck. Might get stuck in the same boat as my dad. Have two girls and then make a one-ditch effort to get a son and end up having too many kids. 3 is too many. How much better my family would be off if we only had 2 kids. Jeez. But then he'd only have 2 daughters. And I love my sisters, but I'm the best child by far. It's hard to explain how much men want to have sons, but they just do. It's primal, whatever. I haven't really described a house that much because I don't have anything particular. For a while when I was thinking about this, I was like, what if I had like a house on a mountain, or like a house on the bottom of the ocean, or like a house like in the middle of the Amazon? But no, because I'm gonna have a job, so a house that is somewhere. Hell, if I had to have an apartment, it'd be cool if it was like a duplex or something, 2 floors. It'd be cool. Apartments are nice, but I'm not a huge city person. I like cities, I just don't like the shit that goes along with being in a city. So there's that. I hope that I said some good stuff. You know, I don't know. I'd like to have a pool. Pools are nice. I like to swim, so yeah. See, I'm not very good at this. I don't know. But a good question. Good question. I hope you're doing well, sir. I hope to see you soon. You're one of my very good friends, and I miss you. I miss you terribly. I'm doing very well here, by the way, but like in terms of classes and in terms of, you know, not being lonely and having people. So that's good, but I still miss my other friends. I refuse to like forget about the friends I have back home just because I have new ones here, because that would be shitty. But anyways, your topic for next week, I actually thought of one this time and I don't have to make a cut. What would you do if you had ultimate control over the world? Not like a god, more like a supreme ruler, but there'd be very little like opposition to you. You'd be very popular. You could pretty much do whatever you wanted. What would you do? Would you fix the world's problems, or how? And would you do some crazy shit? I would like to answer this question because you know I am a crazy person, and it's fun to think about, you know, notions of being a crazy dictator. But you know, I'm sure you have mild, cool ideas. Anyways, so what sort of things would you do if you were ultimate dictator of the world? That's it. I'll see you on Wednesday.